The tax cut U-turn, a political storm brewing? Nigel Farage, the leader of Reform UK, has sparked controversy by backtracking on his party's bold promise to slash £90 billion in taxes. In a recent speech, Farage accused the opposition parties of economic mismanagement, stating that Reform UK would first need to tackle public spending before considering any tax cuts. But here's where it gets interesting. Farage's retreat from this ambitious pledge has raised eyebrows and prompted questions about the party's economic credibility. He defended his decision, claiming that the tax cut proposal was merely an aspiration and not a concrete promise. However, this move has left many wondering about the party's commitment to its manifesto and the potential impact on voters. The Reform Manifesto, which promised tax cuts equivalent to about a third of the NHS budget, has come under scrutiny from economists. They argue that the plans, along with significant spending commitments and proposed cuts, are problematic and may cost far more than initially estimated. Reform UK has yet to provide detailed spending cut plans, but has indicated significant reductions in welfare benefits, net zero policies, and support for asylum seekers and foreign aid. In his speech, Farage painted a dire picture of the UK's economic future, stating that the next general election, expected in 2027, will find the economy in an even worse state. He emphasized the need for realism, suggesting that the tax-free threshold and pension promises were merely aspirations. Reform UK is also considering changes to public sector pensions, which could potentially affect the future incomes of millions of public sector workers. Farage highlighted his focus on reducing exorbitant management fees paid by pension funds. Farage ruled out any immediate major tax cuts if Reform UK were to gain power, stating that any savings would be relatively modest initially. He proposed reversing the inheritance tax on farms and raising tax thresholds as part of these initial savings. The party's stance on working people and minimum wage has also come under scrutiny. Farage suggested that the minimum wage for younger workers may be too high, especially given the recent reduction in the level at which national insurance contributions are paid. He criticized the government's workers' rights bill, arguing that it harms small businesses. Farage expressed concern about a wealth drain in the UK, similar to the brain drain experienced in the 1970s. He opposed the non-dom tax, arguing that it drives high earners out of the country, resulting in a loss of tax revenue and investment. He emphasized the importance of keeping high-earning individuals in the UK, as their tax contributions benefit society as a whole. There has been some confusion regarding Reform UK's policy on benefits. Farage clarified that the party would lift the two-child benefit cap, but only to support low-paid British couples who are both working. Last week, the party announced significant cuts to disability benefits if elected, claiming they could save £9 billion by scrapping PIP payments for those with low-level anxiety. However, this figure is disputed, and the source of the savings is unclear. Farage, who has been criticized by Labour for his role in Brexit and its economic consequences, believes that the opportunities presented by leaving the EU have been wasted. He argues that the chance to deregulate sensibly and become globally competitive has been squandered, and that regulations now pose an even greater burden on British businesses. In the aftermath of his speech, Farage was reluctant to reveal who his potential chancellor would be, despite his deputy leader, Richard Tice, acting as the party's economic spokesperson. He emphasized that Reform UK is a growing team, working to overcome the perception of being a one-man band. This U-turn on tax cuts has certainly stirred up political debate. What are your thoughts? Do you think Reform UK's economic plans are realistic, or do they need more clarity and detail? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments below.